here too. I don't know why. As Lane Commissioner, among other things, we get to serve military veterans here in Texas. I'm a military veteran myself. Served in Afghanistan. I chair a board called the Veterans Land Board here in Texas, and it was created after World War II to provide low interest rate loans. We also provide specialized health care to military vets here in Texas. And one of my goals my first year in office was to visit all 8 of our locations, our 4 cemeteries, and do whatever we possibly can for military vets. So,
have you got a couple hours?
John, how much time? But we head down to Abilene to visit one of the state cemeteries later this afternoon. And the reason why I got into politics, my math is not too good. So I missed Veterans Day by a day.
Yeah, that's all right. We're still around.
But in the meantime, Senator, if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, I'm always an email or a text away. Aaron's on my staff, so we can share a business card or anything.
Very important.
Yep. Yes, sir.
I'm glad you're here and glad
be
you're
here.
here to see about the veterans.
Yes, sir. And at least we can do. It's consistently. This is my first legislative session. I was a businessman before going into politics, and the legislature has identified veterans-related issues as a priority. So they just started a mental health initiative via block grant. They fully funded our budget moving forward in the next session.
And what's the goal of moving forward?
Well, we're advising them. The governor has the Texas Veterans Commission that advises him on veterans-related issues. Right now, the rate of unemployment is exceedingly high for a lot of 9/11 vets. The rate of suicide is pretty steep as well. It's now the largest.
Is it increasing?
It's actually going down. It was 22 a year in the active reserve and veteran community as of last year, but it's kind of coming down a little bit, thankfully.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
But mental health is, the big topic. It's the big topic. So we're working hard. Hazelwood Act, that was another big issue in terms of. I'm not sure who the actual law was named after, but it's an education benefit similar to the GI Bill that's offered to Texas veterans.
All of it. That's not offered to others?
Well, that's in the air in terms of who it's offered to. You don't necessarily have to. The debate is whether or not you have to be from Texas to get the benefit in a Texas school. So the next legislature.
There seems to be a good bit of confusion in that area.
There is.
About, why am I here in the Texas nursing home? My native son is in Mexico.
Yeah.
But, so I don't know, there seems to be some finite division there.
There is. It's interesting because during the debate, the most decorated member of state government who was burned by one of the hijacked planes during 9/11 that impacted the Pentagon. He was literally sitting in his office as the fuselage came through. He testified and said, "We've got to define who's a Texas veteran and who's not, because otherwise the cost is, for UT, for A&M, for all of our post-secondary institutes in Texas may get too large." So it's going to be a sensitive issue.
What's the ultimate goal?
The goal is to probably, I would say for legislators to provide the best service to veterans than any other
Well, that's a
state.
broad catch-all statement.
Yeah. But better in terms of education on this issue in Hazelwood Act, we are there with any other state. And that's probably the goal. I think Georgia has a similar matching program with the federal GI. But they have a different, they define it as somebody who resided in the state.
Who is residing in the state now?
Residing in the state. But if you reside in the state, you can claim the benefit retroactively. If that makes sense.
Well, it sounds like somebody's attempt to open it up and do what's right. It takes a lot of money and time.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen.
It does.
Thank you for
It absolutely does. But we'll I think come to a better, we'll come to a good agreement next session. Do you miss do you miss politics at all?
I do somewhat. I like to blow with people. And I still do. But, yeah, basically, sure. If you would. And, you meet a lot of fine people
Absolutely.
around over the country.